Hello, hello, and welcome back to Blunders. It has been a wild and crazy week, but I think we've solved all of our problems. I think we've passed on to the other side and we're here. So, today, I got kind of a crazy plan. Let's start some music. Let's get that pumped up in my headset, and I'll let you know what we're doing. I've had the feeling for a while now that we've just been making small objects. We've been making very, very small things. And it makes sense because small stuff is easier to model, it's more focused, it's more gettable for reference material and stuff like that. You know, there's less randomness to small objects. But I'm bored of small objects, at least for today. So today, we're going to think big. And it might be terrible, we might not be able to finish, but I just want to see what we can do in an hour and a half going big. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to make a little mountainous landscape here, a sea, the moon reflecting on the sea, and then a spire. Like a nice little tower. How we're going to do it all? I don't know. Let's see. Let's try. So let's start by just making a plane. And we're going to scale this bad boy up. Not quite like that. We're going to scale it up like that. And then I'm going to take this plane and we're going to go into edit mode. And I'm going to subdivide it like 1,000 times. We're going to get really granular with this thing, and we'll smooth it and retexture it and do all sorts of stuff later. So, looking at this, let's go ahead and grab our vertices. We'll start maybe about halfway. In fact, thinking about it more logically, let's make our lives just a little bit easier. Let's just grab these vertices and we'll bring them down. Right, just like that. Really simple stuff. Not getting too worried. Not stressing the details. I'll grab everything and then I'll do the subdivisions. I'm going to go ahead and save this since I never save my files ahead of time. So let's change that habit and save up front. Cool. So we got a bunch of subdivisions on a plane. I'm thinking our scale is going to be like this. So I think we might actually want to grab this whole thing and just scale it out a little bit. Just enough that it doesn't matter. There we go. This'll work. This'll do. Okay, now looking at it more logically, I think what I want to do is I want to grab all of these faces and I want to split them. I think that was not the correct plan. Separate selection. There we go. So we'll call you beach. We'll call you land. And then we'll make one more. This one's going to be a little tougher for me to wrap my brain around. So let's be very careful with it. This one can chill out just a little bit. Very little overlap this way, and a lot of distance. In fact, a lot of distance both directions. There we go. And we'll push it down just a smidge. And let's call that the sea. All right. So I'm gonna call this first collection, we'll call it terrain. We'll make another collection and we'll call this one tower. I think the tower is only gonna be a single object, but just in case. And then our world will add a moon to it. I'm not gonna think too much about it yet. In fact, I want to do an icosphere because I want it to be kind of bumpy and weird. So we'll do an icosphere. I like 6. Dare I attempt 7? No, no way. 6 is perfectly fine. Okay, and we'll put that up in the sky somewhere. You'll be called Moon. And then we will add a cylinder. This will be our tower, or at least our representation of our tower. Just so we can get an idea of what the scale should look like for this thing. All right, make you big. You're a big old wizard's tower. Come on, look impressive. Right about there should be good. That looks pretty good to me. Bring it up forward just a little bit. That'll do. This guy, I think, needs to be scaled up, but let's start by putting the camera where we are, which I don't know what the hotkey for that is. Let's see, transform. You know what? It's been a while since I've Googled stuff during a Blender Blunder, but this is a great opportunity to learn something. Let's see what Blender has to say. Control-Alt-0. I don't have a numpad. Let's see if this works. It does not. You know what? We'll just do it manually. That's fine. Who cares? So I'm going to look from camera. Let's see what we're looking at here. Probably about there. And we'll rotate it. Not that way, but that way by 15. Why is the camera so, like, weirdly big? Let's mess with the focal length. Okay. And we'll rotate it just by 10. The moon is like not showing up at all. I wonder if the moon is just too far out for it. -10? Where is that moon at? Okay. You're going to come forward. That looks about right to me. And where is the moon? Bud, where are you at? Why are you not rendering? Why can't the camera see the moon? Let's put it right there. This is weird. I guess we'll get there when we get there. Let's actually just make the moon huge for a second. Very weird. All right, I'm not going to worry about it. So looking at it like this, the beach is just about perfect. The sea is perfect. The land can chill out. So land can get much, much smaller, which only means that we can put more detail in this scene. So let's get it going small. That'll do. I'm not going to worry about the x-axis. Perfect. Now we begin the real trouble of it. Let's start displacing things and doing things and getting to a point that we feel comfortable. I still can't believe the moon's not here. I don't know why. How strange. If I render it real quick. Oh, that goes really bad because my HDR setup. Let's do ourselves a favor. I'm going to add an HDR. What do I want to add to this thing? I'm going to go ahead and add a field at night. Hopefully that doesn't sort of backfire on us when we add the water. Let's see what that looks like. Does the moon process? Oh, it looks pretty good. Wish I had a way to show you. Let me try. There you go. Oh, I have a transparent background. That's going to be a little problematic for us. And the moon doesn't show up, which I think is very strange. Okay, we're back. What's up with the moon? Why is the moon not here? It must be because of the transparency. That's the only thing that even remotely makes sense to me. We'll get there when we get there. You know what? I'm not worried about it. Okay, so first things first, let's displace this ground texture. How are we going to do it? You got me. I'm going to make this thing look massive, actually. So let's see. What can we do? We can displace it. Surface deform. This sounds interesting. It's not doing very much. Oh, no, no. That's that does two things. Okay, we want something a little bit nuttier. How are we going to make this thing happen? This is going to be a good learning experiment, that's for sure. Well, I can say with some certainty that we can do the ocean first and foremost. We're going to give that a wave. It's a pretty small wave, all things considered. Why is the wave so tiny? That's a very small wave. Hold on. Not what I thought it was going to do. I really don't want things to be super, super flat here, but I think we might end up with some pretty flat stuff. But, you know, like we said, we are attempting something weird today. I'm not too worried. I've heard that the skin modifier actually does a fair bit. Assuming it doesn't just break our program, we'll see what happens. And I think it might have broken our program. Is it too many faces for it? I don't understand what happened. While we wait for this thing to load, I will take the opportunity to look up a couple more things on Google. Why not, you know? Oh, first result says download an add-on. That's not exactly what I want, right? I want to know how to make it. I think the most difficult thing about Blender for me is everything is a cookie. A cookie, what am I talking about? Everything is a video. And so you have to watch a video if you want to learn how to do things. Which is difficult when you're trying to also make content where you cannot then play a video. We're going to go ahead and let Blender crash real quick, and we'll just reload it. Have I lost everything? Potentially. But it's 20 minutes. We're fine. I think this might be a good opportunity to actually try out some sculpting. Okay, let's not use the modifiers right now. There's no need. We'll go ahead and open up our spire. What a shame that we've lost as much as we have, but it will be fine. We'll go ahead and reset back to where we were. Okay. Whoa, what happened? Okay, water's going to come out to here. It's going to go down just a little bit. We'll go ahead and add an icosphere, and maybe it won't go completely invisible on us this time. We're going to be a little bit more careful with our camera setup, and then we'll be back to where we were. I really want this thing to feel huge and impressive. Okay, you are going to be right about there with a focal length of 20. Really small. We're going to sort of give the impression that these things are huge, even if they're not. We see that the moon is here, which is, wow, that's great to see. Just a little angle on here. Okay. So I will take this opportunity to push that all the way over there. This guy doesn't need to be nearly as far over here. I think we're good. Oh wait, I've goofed it. We haven't yet separated these planes. So again, we'll call you tower. We'll throw you in there, icosphere in here. And we will stop looking at everything. Except for this. Go into edit mode. And we'll grab you. Okay. So the one I'm holding is going to be called beach. And the one here is going to be called land. And we're back to normal. It's effectively as much as we did last time. The moon can definitely be bigger. I'm now realizing the sea actually is not in the right position. Let's go ahead and scale it up just a bit. We'll bring it over just a little bit. And we're set. Very good. Okay, so let's just think out loud for a second. I think... Oh, we gotta go back and change our world settings again. And then I believe we will be perfect. Okay, I have saved. Let's do this thing. Oh, it's a distance thing. Very weird. Okay, well, let's make this thing huge. Might even go 5. We'll just get this really dramatic. Yeah, we'll be fine. Cool. So let's start with the water. I feel comfortable with water. Water is going to be glass. It's going to have some... Actually, I think we'll let the color come almost exclusively from our HDRI. But it does need to have a magic texture and a wave texture. I believe we want it to go in here like this. And the displacement is going to be right there. What is that going to do for us? Okay, it's the other way around. The HDR that we're using has trees. That's a little unfortunate, but should be fine. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in here. And then we're going to add some waves to it. The scale is going to be much, much smaller. And it's going to have a fair bit of distortion. Maybe not that much distortion. It's going to have a good amount of detail. Not quite that crazy. There we go. That looks perfect, actually. And I'm going to drop the scale by 1. The depth of the magic should be higher. And its scale should come way down. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's about as perfect as you can ask for. Okay, it's a little nutty, if I'm being honest, but it does look good. Let's go back to 1. Cool. And that has a displacement. Yeah, perfect. So we're going to do ourselves just the tried and true, just the classic little flavor here. We're going to throw a color ramp on there. It's going to be between this darker sort of blue and a lighter sort of blue. I think maybe we want to reverse them. And we're going to want to do that. And that gives us what I would consider a pretty decent looking water. We'll see if we can't do more with this later, but like that looks pretty fine for me. I really don't dislike that. Okay, moon time. Moon's gonna be tough. It's gonna have 2 shaders that add together. They are going to be an emission shader of white, or kind of like an off-white. We'll get there. The next one's tough. I want to say it's just a simple diffuse. Strength is going to be the key for this. So our texture... Oh man, we want to make like nice clear circles on this thing. We want to make craters. And the circles should be able to overlap. To the best of my understanding, that means we want a Verneuil texture. That looks about right to me. Nope, it's got to be distance. Yep, 100% it's distance. Now we got to make it really crisp. This is going to be the difficult part. Oh, I mean, what on earth? We have done it. All right. Well, we definitely don't want cube, so it's got to be Euclidean. Now, how are we going to get this very, very clear? I think we might want... What are we going to want to do here? A gradient isn't going to do too much for us. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be it. How do I take this and make it way more clear? Normally, I think a clamp would be pretty good, but I think gradient really is how I want to be doing this. That looks about right to me. That looks super right to me. Yeah, that's got to be it. That's a quadratic sphere. They're spherical. And we'll go ahead and just go ahead and throw on, same thing as before, a color ramp. Okay, and we're going to go from a whitish sort of yellow to a darker sort of yellow. Okay, now strength is going to be the really important one here. Let's go ahead and just bring it down a little bit. That's a no need right there. We want color and we want brightness. To strength, not to color. Okay, so negative 0.5 is too much. Negative 0.25. Ooh, contrast is what we want. Yep, just like that. Negative 2. Negative 1. Let's do negative 2 again. And then we'll just change our colors. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. We need almost no saturation. There we go. If I can add just a tiny bit of yellow and then bring it down. And then make this part right here just a little darker. And we'll bring it right up. Little too much. Not what I wanted to do. We'll call that 0.95. That's too much. 0.97. There we go. Done. I'm not touching it. We're going fast. We're going simple. We're not worrying about it. Okay, now comes the ground plane. This one's gonna be tough. Actually, I'll keep that, and we're going to use a Musgrave again into a color ramp, but this color ramp is gonna be between dirt and not dirt. So let's get up in here. It's kind of nice to be doing this backwards. Normally I'm geometry first, but it's nice to kind of get into these nodes for a sec. Should be doing this more often, you know? Right about there looks good to me. All right, this color is going to be the base color. Looks a little strange. Very little specular. Right about there. It's going to be pretty rough. All right. As with what we've been working in the past, let's go ahead and displace this a little bit. Hey, that works out really well, actually. Get it a little bit four-dimensional. Let's get some real big details up in here. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I actually kind of like it. I'm thinking maybe we want to add something ahead of it. What would that be? A noise texture sounds like chaos. It works though. Okay, so noise texture 4D. We're gonna drop that scale way down. And we want it to be pretty rough. These little rings shouldn't be here. tell you what, let's replace that with a white noise. A little bit more simple. At least in my mind. Nope, that's not it. Okay. You know what? I'm not against the original pattern. Why break a nice thing? We're already working on borrowed time here. So if I go back to camera view, yeah. Whatever, right? Okay, let's go for it. I should probably turn off the transparency. This is where things are going to get a little more tough for us. Let's go into our world settings. Let's get it way darker. Like 0.25. Doesn't really hide the fact that it is what it is. If I rotate it, here's an idea. Oh, we've done it. Yep, all the trees are officially out of the way. Okay, 30 it is. This works. It shouldn't work, but it does work. Cool. This guy definitely looks a little weird for me, but maybe we'll get there. So now we just got the tower, and I think we're good to go back to editor. How do we want to do this tower? I'm thinking it's going to be really cool if we taper it. Let's get into edit mode. Let's do some stuff. Let's taper it down. Like that. And then I want to redo the face. Okay, we're just gonna... Whoa, what happened there? Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and just do one of these guys. Again, efficiency is something that we're continuing to develop. The massive growth that we saw when we first started, of course, is slowing down a little bit. Life has certainly done its best to get in the way. but we're persevering. We're getting a little bit better every time, and we're definitely challenging ourselves creatively. There's no harm in that. There's nothing to even be discouraged about. So we're going to keep on. In fact, I see a much better system for this. Maybe you do too. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and it is... Come on, come on. Maybe it's too many iterations back. So we'll alt that, then we'll do it. Should have done that from the get-go. We're going to inset a face, which is giving us a little bit of trouble. And here's how we're going to do things. We're looking at like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So let's grab that. Let's bevel that out. We should probably do it by a set amount so I can do it every time. 0.15, right? Okay, so if I want to do this every time, I'm going to have to do some math real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26... 27, 28, 29, 30, 32. 32 divided by 4 is going to bring us to a grand total of 12? That's not right. 14. 14, 14, 14, yeah. So 4 out of 14 means that there will be... We can just count 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Somehow, that didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does that work? Let's try it. Does that work? Yeah, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something is messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So you're going to have to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it actually starts here. Mind me, we will figure this out. There's a really simple mathematic formula that'll probably tell me exactly how to do this, and I'm choosing not to use it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This looks much better already. Okay, let's double check our work. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good enough. I understand that there is probably a demographic of people that are going to be very upset that I have left that. This is a speed run, man. We don't got time for stuff like that. If we were a perfectionist, if this was going on a project, of course I would fix it. Like 100%. I am a perfectionist myself. But this is not for a project. All right. We got some of these weird little spires here, right? Let's get crazy with them. We're going to grab all of you. And we're going to bring them up. And they are going to turn into very scary spikes. So if I merge these at last, hello, hello. My zooming is getting all kinds of crazy. Let's go ahead and stop showing or selecting these. That has chilled it out a little bit. Okay. I made a random point somehow. Let's not do that. We want to merge at last. Merge at last. And I think we're probably good to merge at last here. And if we go for it, what we get is pretty cool. Is it the absolutely imposing structure that you think it would be? No, it's a little chill. It's a little on the somber side. Who cares, man? In fact, I have a really good idea. Oh, I have such a good idea. Okay. Let's do it right now. Before I get too caught up and get upset with the geometry. One of the facets of getting better at Blender that I've been investing in is keeping things editable. That's some interesting geometry right there. Something weird happened here. There's an extra face here. Wonder why. There's an extra face on all of them. Very strange. Okay, well, anyway, we'll grab all of these. We're going to merge them at center. Nope, not you. Merge these at center. What is happening? There's just extra vertices for some point. Very strange. Somehow there's only one on here, which is worrying. Some very weird stuff has happened. Okay, let's start. Go into wireframe and just merge some vertices together. messed up a lot of vertices somehow. Okay. We're in wireframe mode. We're just going to merge all of these weird stray vertices. I have no clue what happened. Maybe when I tried to inset a face, I accidentally double-clicked? That seems weird, but that's possible, I guess. Explain why I have so many weird little shadows going on here. All right. In separate news, while we're kind of working on this, it's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's coming up. We're celebrating with my sister and my nephew. We're celebrating their part of Christmas at that time. What on earth happened here? So we're going to have kind of a weird, disjointed Christmas. But it'll be nice. So for my sister, she asked that we make some paintings of her cat. So my partner and I just had a little paint night. We watched a horror movie and painted some pictures of a cat. And I'll go ahead and let you know, my partner is a professional painter, and I'm not. So it was a scene for sure. I think it's cute. I think it's endearing for sure. I'm just not talented at that. I don't have the patience for painting. I mean, I barely have the patience for this, right? But yeah, so we have two pictures of cats. One is basically photorealistic. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, but it's very realistic. And then mine looks a little bit more impressionistic. Okay, we got that going. I'm liking the kind of geometry that we're making right now. Looking at our time, we're doing great on time. No worries there. I think we got this. I should never, ever say that I think we got this, but I am saying it. I'm gonna be that guy. All right. So if I grab each of these center vertices, what is this? Come on. Just missed that one somehow. All right. Now that I'm really sitting here and looking at it, we'll go ahead and merge all of these. At the last. Same goes for you. Little drink of water to get rid of the tickle in the back of my throat. me. I've had a little tickle in my throat for the past couple of days. Not sure where it came from. Why is there always two of you? All right, there's that. And we are back. Now, here's what I think we're gonna want to do. We're gonna want to grab all of you, and you, and you, and you. Come on. Right, all of this. And then we're going to grab you and you, you. Is that all of them? We're just going to scooch you down. Again, we have mixed vertices somehow. How on earth? We did this already. I don't understand how we're making vertices all of a sudden. Where are you all coming from? Yeah, there's just vertices everywhere. Very weird. Every time I do it, it feels like we're making more, too. It's like, what? Okay, everything looks normal to me again. So let's grab all of this. Oh, now it works really well. That might have been the key. Okay. And now... Why? Why? What is this? What are all these things? What's the point of this weird center structure thing? What are you connecting to? You're not even connecting to anything. Where did this come from? Alright, well, I believe we've done it. Has that ruined everything? No, we seem to be fine. Man, if anybody can tell me what just happened, I have no clue. There's still another weird one right here. I can see it. But we'll pretend that it doesn't exist. Right? Okay, now I think we can get a little bit more dramatic with the geometry here. We'll bring you guys down. I'll see if I can't. We'll call it 0.5, or better yet, 0.8. Yep. We'll do the same thing to you. We'll call it 0.8. What on earth? Point 0.8. Why is this one so bizarre? What has happened to you? You just have like a little face that goes all the way down to the bottom for seemingly no reason. I don't really get it. If I come in here, there's just a face. What happens if we delete it? Does it destroy the mesh? It doesn't do anything. There's another one. Why? What is the logical explanation for this? And there's two of them to make it even stranger. There's two of these. I just don't get it. Some things you may never understand. I mean, I guess I hope to understand it at some point. And these guys are still considered separate, which is very odd. We don't need it to be even. We just need it to be like this. Hey, there we go. It's at least usable. Okay. So we're still here in edit mode. Where's the other one? It went down. What? What on earth? Negative 0.8. And then we'll do this side, and it is going to be regular 0.8. And we're good. Goodness me. Don't need to be doing that. Okay. Now. That looks a little weird to me. What I think we want to do right away is just dissolve some faces together. And assuming we do this correctly and don't absolutely destroy our mesh, this should just do it for us. Let's see what this thinks. Okay. If we're looking at all of this, they should just merge up here. Yeah, and I kind of like that weird shape there. Have we kind of gone off the deep end a little bit? I think we have. I think indeed we have. And again, there is another double one right here. I'll never understand where these things are coming from. I'm assuming they're like begging for mercy because I'm adding like way too many points to each other. My bad. Something strange happened. What happens if I merge these? Again, things get really weird really quick here. I'm not sure why. But I sort of don't hate this structure that I've made. So let's just keep on going for it. Okay. Nope, we'll just do it the hard way. Let's see. Certainly things are starting to look pretty weird. Let's see, 0.75. Apparently my cat just did something absolutely insane. Knowing my cat, that seems very likely. You know, the more I look at this, the more I'm like, maybe not. Maybe what we want to do is just really sure up and hope to God that things actually align correctly. I don't get why there's so many vertices. Like, you know, I could have made a mistake somewhere, but not this many mistakes. Certainly not like this. We can chill on the options. That one worked. Okay, that one also worked. It's the one with the 6 that's definitely the problem. So like I get that it's uneven. I understand that I didn't do this as correctly as I should have. I just don't understand why it's being so goofy. Okay, part of me wants to grab just these outliers and bring them closer together. Here's an idea. Let's do just these ones. And we'll move them by a set amount. Oh, that doesn't work. We'll rotate them by a set amount. And that set amount is going to be -40. And then we'll grab these guys. Actually, proportional editing. -40. Just like that. This could go really bad for me. Proportional editing might have been a problem. And it's going to be 40. Yep, shouldn't have done proportional. That's okay, the more you know. Whoa, what on earth? No, it's global. And we'll grab you. We'll do the same thing. It should be global, should always be global. It'll be 40. We'll do global, we'll do -20. I don't want it to be so dramatic. It'll be 20 global. And then we'll go ahead and grab all of these. We'll move them down just a little bit. Always one, always one. Doesn't matter how many times you try to do it, there's always one. We'll grab these. We're going to pull them up. Oh, I'm so sick of all of these merged vertices. Man, if anybody could ever just tell me how that happened, I'll buy you dinner. I don't know. You get something. Because I would love to know what went wrong. Look at this wily shape we've made. That looks so nice. We fixed it at the last minute. Okay, so last things last. I want to grab all of these. I already know this one just got messed up. And we want to bevel them. I knew it got messed up. And I do see this. Let's get rid of that. We will merge one of you. Is that the problem, guy? Dare I say no. We haven't fixed it. But then again, did I ever think that we had a chance of fixing it? No, I don't think we did. If there was ever a time that our little arc was going to do something for it, it was going to be now. Why is it all sideways? What? Okay, we're not going to worry about it. Instead, we are going to mess pretty hard with the shape. That looks cool. Just get a little couple of weird groovy edges in here, you know? Get it kind of going. Now, are we doing this at random? Are we being a little random with our edits? Yeah. You know? I've only been coding, or not coding, what am I saying? I have been coding, not on stream. I've only been 3D modeling for 2 months. I'm not going to be the best. And I'm not claiming to be the best. Sometimes you're looking at the clock and you got 10 minutes left and you just got to make weird bug patterns. It happens. I ain't that discouraged. We'll call that. That looks good. I got one last thing I'm going to do to the mesh, and then we got to really put a material on this guy. I want to really suck in the inner edge here. Let's see what this does for us. Get it really small. Does it break anything? Doesn't super break anything. It does make it look way more impressive. So I'm going to call that a success. Let's go ahead and bring everything back in. Check our camera. Wow, that actually looks pretty solid. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. Oh man, this scene was a lot. This isn't the most glorious thing I've ever made, but hey, we're here. So let's go back to our object settings. Let's do this guy. And this guy's really gonna have to have some reflective bits to it. little bit of metallic-y colors. I actually think it should have a little bit of an emissive element to it. Okay. It's kind of hard to look at the whole thing. So I also want to displace it quite a bit. I'm going to cross my wires. I don't like doing that, but we'll put that up there. And for sure, it's going to have a Musgrave and a Magic. Magic, there you are. And as per the norm, we'll throw a color ramp in here. Color ramp's got to go here. I think that's the only part of it that's got to be on there. Roughness and anitropic can go on there. Okay, which order are we going to do this in? For the sake of seeing things, we'll add a deep, deep red on here. Oh, wow, that looks good. And this is going to be a dark, almost like black color. I think the emissive sort of overwrites everything. You can see how dark it should be getting. Maybe I'll throw a little bit of a light behind this, because I think it's going to need it. It should be really dark, though. Okay, fairly dark. Let's see. Yeah, that looks fine. Let's go ahead and... Oh, wow. Those patterns look pretty cool on there. We'll give it a depth of maybe, say, 5. Much more scale, much more distortion. Too much distortion. I think maybe we want the magic texture second. As I completely destroy this thing. That just looks a little bit more believable to me. Way more depth, way less scale. Let's see what we're working with here. We're just upping everything. We're going to change it to 4D, which is usually in our best interest. Or 2D. No, 4D for sure. Let's see what we're working with. A little bit of an offset brings it down a little bit. I'm dead set that this does nothing. I'm sure I'm wrong, but like it never feels like it does anything. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and add a gradient. Oh, not what you want. Not what you want at all. No, I think we're good with what we had. It's a little hard on the edges for me, which I'm not a fan of. But hey, man, that's life. I think we might go ahead and do like a dark red right there. That could help us a little bit. Oh, I'm still in edit mode. What? How can you... I didn't even know you could do that. Well, that certainly explained a lot of why things looked weird. I'm sure that was obvious to some people. So now we can definitely turn up the emission a little bit. Give it a little bit more specular. Not sure what most of these things do. Subsurface. Yeah, I don't think there's any point to that. And we'll go ahead and grab you and put you to the displacement. And get some really wild geometry going on here. And we're definitely over on time, but I am a perfectionist, so too bad. I really want to take this thing and just fix one part of it. Right there. Hey, all of them worked really well there. Which is very surprising. We don't need these little center lines. That's actually going to come back to haunt us. There we go. Hopefully that's just these. Oh, we got a little faulty edge right there, but little too late. We didn't even edit the beach. My bad. Oh, you can see it too. That's rough. It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to have the exact same one. There we go. It'll be fine. All right, this has been our crazy weird scene. I'm gonna post a final render of this on Instagram a little bit later, linked in the About Me section. And then we'll be back in about 10-ish minutes with Hollow Knight. See y'all soon.